start in September last year when the Women's Reservation Bill was passed in Parliament. It raised hopes of a more gender equal legislature. The near unanimous support for a bill that promised 33% reservation to women in Lok Sabha and state assemblies seemed to frame a political class that had finally accepted an idea whose time had come. Yet, 8 months on, with the 18th Lok Sabha set to convene for its first session in a few weeks, the number of women in the lower house has dropped from 78 out of 543, an all-time high in the 17th Lok Sabha, to 73. It is clear that greater efforts must be made to break from the boys' dub mindset, which continues to dominate politics. Since the 1991 general election, when the gap between male and female voter turnouts started narrowing, women's imprint on the political landscape has only become larger and deeper. In the recent elections, too, while the number of women who turned out to vote saw a dip in some phases, the overall gender gap was almost non-existent, with both male and female voter turnout pegged at about 66% by the Election Commission. Women have used the power that comes with their participation to shape electoral outcomes, with even political parties recognizing the growing importance of the women vote. This recognition has mostly taken the form of targeted welfare schemes that have often taken campaign center stage, including in the recent Lok Sabha polls. In West Bengal, for instance, the popularity of women-centric schemes such as Lakshmi Bhandar, a monthly cash transfer to over 2 crore women, is believed to have helped in sustaining the dominance of the ruling TMC. Earlier, the impact of Ladli Behna was seen to play a role in the BJP's return to power in the Madhya Pradesh Assembly polls. Yet, for women to have any real impact in politics, they can not only be viewed as voters and beneficiaries. The national political imagination will need to accommodate and embrace the idea of women leaders and decision makers. Other countries can show the way. In Mexico, which elected its first women president, Claudia, this week, quotas for women at every level of politics, including at the ticket distribution stage, have helped in the rapid progress of gender equality. Countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Netherlands, with the highest female political representation, employ other kinds of affirmative action. Parties in Sweden, for example, use the zipper system wherein candidate lists alternate between male and female candidates. For India, the Women's Reservation Bill is neither the beginning nor the end of the road to gender parity in politics. It is one milestone among